Howdy with the folks here. Boom! Marcos is tier 5 numbers after the name. A little Marcos and Friends action. Y'all already know how we be is doing. That Camp DLC. Wrong with the captain and crew. I think also the last one without audio, without the audio issues. I hope I'm not wrong on that. We'll see in a couple weeks when I post the next one. But I kind of stopped the file at this point because I think I realized I was like, yo, the audio, like, not really capturing what's going on over here. So we might have some live comm coming in next time over there, which would be interesting to see. I'm always kind of curious. We played this a while ago, so I'm kind of putting up this footage slowly and surely, and then you kind of go and listen back, and I'm wondering how much like the stuff we're talking about is like dated or not, especially, if we talk about like big hoop heads, so maybe talk about some basketball stuff, something along those lines. I think this one speaks for itself, right? We're at 2-4 at this point. These 3 stages and 4 stages are always bananas. I think it's a very well way to kind of do the game, by the way, where you give you the 1 and the 2 of like, 2-1, 2-2, for example, in this case. But any of those first couple stages are like, hey, man, here's the new thing that you're doing. Here's what you got to learn. Here's what you got to do. Take your time, get used to it. And by the way, 3 or 4, we're like up in the ante in like 1,000-fold kind of thing. So in this case, obviously ingredients on one side, chopping on the other, got to make it across. The water coming through over here in the middle. You don't want to lose the plate going through there, especially if you're trying to go for all that stars. Still got to do the dishes. I mean, it just requires a lot of communication, man, which really makes this game kind of neat. It does require a certain level of skill. It does require you to be able to, move quickly and kind of problem solve on the fly kind of things. But communication is really like the key about this, man. And it's really interesting to me because I wouldn't consider myself a great communicator in the video game space at times. Like I kind of like expect and assume that you know what you're doing, and I would keep riding. That's how like I play traditionally some games. Oh yeah, get that in there, it'll be a problem. But in this game, you're kind of forced to kind of do it. But it is true that oftentimes, I noticed a lot when we play Blackout, for example, I maybe would shout out like some stuff as well, but I kind of expected like you to kind of know as well. And even when you would tell me things sometimes, I might be like, I was like, hold up, man, I'm trying to listen myself. Like, I don't really need the help with that kind of stuff. Not ideal. Overcooked doesn't let you do that, though, especially in a stage like this. Like, you just have to be, like, constantly talking, constantly yapping of, like, hey, man, I got the eggs. You got the flour. Come on, let's cut up the sausage over here. Let's throw the bacon on over here. Which, by the way, pretty wild meal here, man, to be camping out and eating this. But, hey, teach their own. Cholesterol, that's a whole different beast. I don't know how that works necessarily in Overcooked. I am kind of curious. I got the, I think of the bird. Ooh, clutching it out. I'm kind of curious. I just got the Overcooked, Can you make it back? Wow, man, we are edging it. I just got the all-you-can-eat kind of edition, so I'm curious to kind of play back, go through that, especially in the first one because it has like extra stars on it and whatnot. Even though that game's kind of a little bit simpler logistically. Still, I think I mentioned this a couple of videos ago too. I'm still kind of surprised at how quiet it's been with this. I really have to do some research to what this company is actually working on these days, because you'd think an Overcooked 3 for like the Xbox Series X and PS5 and Switch would be just like a slam dunk kind of hit. I don't know. It's tricky too because like I got the all you can eat thing because it was like $3 or $4 or $5 or something on the Switch. So they kind of have these quick deals, and it always makes you wonder like, are they selling this cheap because no one's buying it, or are they just like business is that booming that they could afford to like sell it? Are they trying to create momentum for an Overcooked 3? Because to me, this is a great game for a stealth drop where you just open up Twitter one day and boom, there's a trailer of, I guess X actually, I have to call it, but whatever. You open up Twitter one day and there's just a trailer for Overcooked 3 and they're like, hey man, here's all the features, here's how crazy this thing gets. You assume it kind of takes like even Overcooked 2 to like a whole nother level of just madness and insanity kind of stuff, which could be good or bad. For like new players, it might be a little bit intimidating. But for other players that have kind of been around the block, you'd be like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. So we'll see.